Hey guys, my name is Javi, as you may or may not already know. I hope so if you're following this channel. So I finally get to talk about when I first arrived into Europe. It's what is this, episode 4, and I'm finally getting there. As you may or may not know, in the last few episodes I talked about my summer experiences, what I did with my REU program, and then talked about when I got back to California, just a little bit of a rest period. But now, I finally get to discuss the little bit of footage I have left about when I first arrived in Europe and when I arrived in Nijmegen. I'm never going to be able to say that right. I tried Dutch and I'm sorry, it's just not working for me. Nijmegen. I think that's it. Okay, so I have a little bit of video about me getting here. A lot of what I could have recorded I really didn't, because I just didn't have the battery on my phone, and I didn't have service, and I was freaking out because I had no way of contacting anyone. It was a terrible experience getting here. Subletting a private room. So, although the university did help me get here, I was very dependent on the person who I was renting from to meet up with them and get the key and stuff, as opposed to other students who just needed to go to the university and get the key. So check out the little intro. It's just like a quick little me getting here. Just made it on the train. I don't know where I'm going, but I think I'm on the right train. Let's find out. So I just made it to Nijmegen. I am tired. I've been sitting for, I don't know, easily over 16 hours. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about how I got into the process of studying abroad. Because I know it's daunting, it's terrifying. I don't really believe that I'm actually here sometimes, because I think about it and it's how did I come from, just this little Mexican kid from Boyle Heights? How did I get to Europe to study here? It's it's crazy when you think about it, when I think about it at least. So I wanted to go over the process of it, at least at my university. I'm sure it's similar at different universities, possibly similar, who knows. But at my university, what we had to do is, first we had to go to the intro, what would it be, to the intro informational meeting, I suppose. My international studies office had about 3-4, maybe a semester or so. So, there was plenty that you can go to kind of get that information. And that, at least for my process, that was the first step. You had to go to one of those, and then you have to schedule a private appointment with with one of the coordinators or advisors or whatever the term is at your university. Then, for that meeting, we had to have a more definitive list of where we want to go, and yeah, so that's what I did. I came up with a list of where I wanted to go. I chose somewhere more Northern Europe-ish, kind of. Netherlands isn't quite northern, but it's close enough. I chose here. I considered Germany, but the program didn't really fit with what I was studying, so that was kind of off the table. I also considered some universities, in other parts of Northern Europe. One in, actually several in Norway. One in, was it Finland? Yeah. Like I said, Germany, a couple other places, but I ended up, coming here because this is just the way the application worked out for me. If you're eligible, if you're eligible for financial aid or any scholarship-based awards you receive, you have to go speak to them, make sure that it would cover. You have to find a way to, of course, to pay for it. If your family can pay for it, that's cool too. If you work, just be aware. It is pretty expensive. You have to consider how expensive it is, especially as an American. It sucks. So you do have the option to kind of just take a year off and apply to the university and do all that, but it wasn't really recommended for me, mostly because if you have any scholarships and such, you can't really use those. So, you know, that's the first big issue. The second issue is your university can simply just not accept any credits you receive while abroad while not technically attending the university or attending your home university. So, you know, in my case, and I'm sure in the case of many other people, we were limited to paying like our own tuition through like a contract with our university and whatever abroad university. So we paid our own tuition and they covered the I don't know what the term would be, legalities, tuition, I guess. So yeah, basically me studying abroad in a very low cost education country, I'm paying what I would pay in California, which I'm not too happy about, but you know, I'm still pretty grateful for the experience. Plus scholarships and such pay for most of it, so that's cool. My university isn't the most expensive university in the United States, by no means actually, but you know, it's still pretty pricey by comparison. Another thing you have to consider is like where you are in your major standing. For example, if you're if you're like a graduating senior and you need to take some sort of senior thesis or capstone course, you probably won't be eligible to study abroad, just because you know most departments want you to take their final courses in their own department, not something similar at another university. So that is something to seriously consider when you want to study abroad. Best advice would be try to go earlier. You know, they say the ideal is, you know, sophomore, maybe junior year. Senior year is frowned upon. If you guys have any more questions about like the process, because I know this is a very brief overview, you know, feel free to ask me any questions. I would definitely recommend going to an informational meeting at your university. Even if you're a freshman or even a senior, you know, you can probably get around it. Like, there are ways to do that. So it's best to just go and speak to, you know, an actual like advisor or counselor. So, you know, go speak to them. This is literally their job. I'm just trying to pass a little bit of information that I know. So my first few days here were pretty interesting. I got to I don't know, I got to meet a lot of people from my international program, and I was really grateful I met a lot of them. And we did take some trips, and you're going to see in like the next video and in a couple of videos from now, a couple trips that we took I'm pretty happy about, and I'll get to that. But for now, I just wanted to show you a little bit of a slideshow, just some pictures I took when I was in the city. I don't know why I didn't take as many pictures of like the campus tour. I mean, I missed the official campus tour. I had like a little private campus tour with some friends, and I didn't take like really any pictures there. I have some pictures throughout like that I took later, and I can add more if you guys want later, like in the next couple videos or so. But yeah, we did get like a city tour of the city center, and I have a few pictures, and I can't find most of them because I know I took quite a bit of video and stuff, and it's gone. But again, I'm still here, so I can always just take more if you guys really want to see that. There's some cool stuff. I guess a little side note about the city of Nijmegen. Yeah, I think I said that right. City of Nijmegen was an old Roman outpost that was later converted into like a proper town and city and such. And it's actually considered, at least by the locals. I asked people. Side note: I asked people on the other side of the country, and they say no. But by the locals, it's considered the oldest city in the Netherlands. But yeah, so. There are still some ruins here, and they're pretty interesting. We got to see those on the first few days that I was here, so I took some pictures of that I still have. And again, like I mentioned in a previous video, I really should have done these videos sooner, like as I was recording and stuff, because I did lose a lot of footage, and I'm still really bummed about that. But again, like this was just a city tour, so if you guys want to see this later, I can always just show you guys. So yeah, check out this little video slideshow. I think it's mostly pictures, so slideshow. Just check that out. Let me know what you think. I'll be right back. I'm at the park, and the local park has a petting zoo. This is cool. So I want to give thanks to everybody who supported me, my friends, family. I miss you guys. I love you guys. You guys can always ask me any questions you want in the comments. I'll do my best to respond. Thanks again for all the support. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys soon.